Hey guys, what's up? It's been, it's been incredibly long since the last time. It's probably been 2 weeks, which is a long time. I'm really appreciative of those that have stuck around and have commented asking where I am. It's nice to know that there's a degree of want. I've said in a few comments, I don't know if everyone's seen it, but obviously I've been busy. My girlfriend's been in hospital. I've been moving houses. So there's been a whole number of things, and ultimately that's kind of the reason it's just taking its toll. So but yeah, I'm obviously going to be recording a bunch today and mainly just focusing on getting a few things out of the way first and just playing the game, enjoying myself again, sort of just getting into everything. So if I remember right, I probably should have looked, to be honest, like where we left off, but I believe where we last left off, we just won the Crimean War against the Russians, I think it was. There's been a few of you that have said to obviously turn off tariffs or lower tariffs because obviously it helps with like industry, and it does. It helps you produce more because you're given subsidies for the factories to be able to buy goods from the markets. However, doing this would just completely flatline my. I can do it for a period of time. For a period of time I can do it, but obviously I won't be able to do it consistently. So obviously we are producing decent chunks of equipment. We're going to probably have a crisis over Bosnia fairly soon, which is not exactly ideal. But I think more or less it's the same issues as before. Industry is low, literacy is low, but then you know what? The empire our size, you wouldn't expect that. So I'm going to decrease relations because I'm hoping to sort of snap the Persian land. Probably down here, it's probably nicer. Or up here actually for the population size. Get more soldiers for the army, even though we don't really need any more, to be honest, but we are getting a lot of tension now. Belgium and Spanish Republic. Okay, yeah, can't complain. So Luxembourg has been annexed by Germany. I think that actually happens because the cultural unions are the same as each other, which makes sense. But yeah, we're obviously rebuilding our armies. We can rebuild a lot, or build up a lot, sorry. Whether or not actually is going to be needed, I do not know. And the Dutch. That's useful. That's not so useful. So obviously the UK will be trying to fight us for this, I'd imagine, because they will intervene because they're friendly, which is a bit of an issue, really. And mainly, if you haven't noticed, I actually changed, just before I started recording, I changed the tech for Navy, because we've got machine guns and a few things like that, which make defensive really good, but our Navy has really slacked, and if we want to even contemplate challenging the UK, we need to have a severely better Navy. Not necessarily challenging them, but enough to at least probe them here and there. Can we? No, because we need revolution and counter-revolution. That's not overly that nice, if I'm at all honest. Was it 50? They increased relations to knobs. Right, so the way it's probably going to stay is obviously we are not necessarily defending against the Russians, but that is going to be a little bit of a concern, is whether or not the Russians will just attack us for something, or because they're not they're going to struggle to push through any of the area. But they won't be able to get called into the other one because I believe because of the kind of war that it is. Oh. So Tunis has called me in. So this is the whole. Obviously, the UK is now. This really is not fun. Why? I assume because I'm not a great power, I'm not part of this conference. I physically cannot do anything for Tunis. I can't get over there. Egypt won't ally me. So I can't actively intervene with this. Great. I mean, that doesn't help me in any shape or form. But so let's just start munching on Persia, I guess. I mean, that's all we can do. So the wars... Italian liberation... Okay, so Italy's going for the Peloponnese. What are they going for? That singular island. Really? 100% Greek. And they're fighting a war for it. What's the point? Like, honestly. Okay, so we've got 35, which is actually really positive. I didn't mean to remove that. So we'll go all along just so we can like pretty much engage them as soon as we can. Not too fast about a few areas of them attacking us because ultimately it doesn't mean much. So our industry is not really significantly improved, but that's fine. It's not. One of the things I've learned is it's not all about efficiency. It's not about min-maxing. So, you know, it is what it is, really. I'm happy to enjoy the game rather than constantly just try and play it out. Okay, so we're going to turn this back up because we really need to sort of fund our army. So we wanted to take Tabriz. So the UK will probably join. Let them come, I say. So the Queen won't join. Netherlands will. But I'm going to probably leave the Netherlands for just now. Oh. Okay, maybe not. Maybe I did call them in and I wasn't aware of it. That'll be my bad. The UK, come on, where you at? Homeboys. I know they're definitely coming in. There's just no... Like, it's not... It's 100% going to be a thing. Get that so our reinforcement rate's a lot higher. Where else is high population? Luristan? Yeah. So we can get that. I guess we get a bit of coastline, which is good. Because I don't believe we'll be able to... No. So I don't believe we'll be able to 100% just pinch everything. So... I mean, the issue we may have, or we could do, is take these regions. I mean, that's not a bad shout, to be honest. I'd be in favour of doing that. But, I mean, that isn't exactly going to be happening just this second. So I think, yeah, I think that's the plan. Since this expansion's kind of died a little bit purely because we're not able to contest the UK really, which is a bit annoying for me. But I made a few mistakes early in the game, but I'm not going to let that really hold me on, to be honest. So I think the plan is just to eat Russia instead, to be honest. I mean, because it's not so much a European land. This is still Asia, as far as I'm aware, really. Question is, do I add anything onto them already? So I'm getting to Briz, which is here. How much is all this? 7.5 is quite a lot. Punitive is 5. Puppet is 10. Ooh. Yes. We'll puppet them, because that way we will have their... It won't be fully have their land, but it will be a unofficial occupation, I guess. Are they willing to give me it already? No, just Tabriz. I was going to say, that's surprising if they did. But this, I mean, this war is definitely going a lot easier than I thought. Mainly, it's probably because the UK is occupied that they're not actively trying to do anything or actively get involved. Can I... So I can't take both, I believe, which is kind of frustrating. But, again, not that bad. So, monitors and ironclads will be from there. Cruisers and battleships, so we're kind of getting into that time now. So we're going to quickly boost up our army. Okay, that's done. Push to continue sieging. I think one of the other series I'm going to be looking at is a while back someone said about Spain, or I can't remember what it was. I think it was Concert of Europe mod or something like that. And that is, I've looked at that in my spare time whilst I've actually not been playing or recording, and it's completely different to what I'm used to. Like, it's very different from vanilla, but it's an interest. I'm very interested in it, to say the very least. No, they're still just they're spamming Tabriz, which obviously is no longer on the cards. I mean, I probably, obviously because it's a puppet, I genuinely do think I'm going to have to siege down everything. But that's not overly a huge issue, really. I mean... Can I get... I can, so I can get a puppet. I'm going to try and 100% them, because I'm not sure if at 100% it just forces them to accept. I know it does in vanilla sometimes. Bring them there. Right. So, I mean, that... Oh, how I sincerely hope that's not going to be in it. Oh, yeah, that's literally going to be the one place that stops it from being 100. Oh, that's going to be so frustrating. So, I think we're doing a lot better. Can I? No. Oh well, that's very frustrating. So, I mean, I'd much rather have them as a puppet, because then at that point, you know, reforms. I think like 100% education, definitely. Get better schooling. So what we'll do is we'll get these units up along here, because they're now going to be needed for that war. And obviously there is still the massive Russian front on this side, but I mean, that's inevitable. I think, unfortunately, we're going to miss large parts of the conquest of Africa, you know, which is a massive shame. But we're going to make up for it by taking these regions around here. Mexico, no. Why? Fully funded education, which we should have anyway. So our education literacy is going up a lot faster. I think, all in all, you know, this is actually... It's a lot better than it's a lot better than I remember it. I remember being really critical about it as well. And honestly, I think for the size of the nation, the handicaps that I've accidentally placed on myself, I should have really been able to swim in this. And army-wise, we have army-wise, we've got a very, very large army, but we've just been, I've unintentionally handicapped myself quite considerably. So, and I don't think that's much of an issue, really, because I'm still happy largely with the way this is turning out. So, as far as I'm concerned, I'm not fussed, But, I mean, to be honest with you, that is probably going to be it for this part. I will be recording a few more just today, and then I'll record a few more tomorrow, hopefully, and I should be fairly back on track because I'm fairly able to get back into it now, rather than having to pick and choose my times. I'm fairly free lately, I will be fairly free. So I think this will be it for this part, and the next part shouldn't be too far away. Obviously, it'll be back to the normal schedule, which is fine. I'll be releasing. Whether or not I'll release this off schedule, I do not know. But yeah, I thank you so much for you guys for joining me. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you so much for those that stayed around, and thank you for so much for understanding. Sometimes it's a bit of a break, but it's also the aspect of trying to make sure everything works out and trying to do other things as well, and having to have other stuff going on in my life as well. It's not. I'm aware this is important. This is important to me, and it's nice to have a very small community that it's been building. However, there is obviously other things in life that you guys understand, and I really appreciate that. So I will see you guys in the next part. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Please feel free to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next part. Bye bye.